Welcome to Investago TV Weekly Review, your essential source for global economic updates, keeping you informed on the latest market trends and financial insights every single week. The US national debt has reached a record-breaking $32 trillion according to data from the Treasury Department. The majority of this debt, approximately $25 trillion, is held by the public, with the remaining $7 trillion constituting intra-governmental debt. This milestone arrives shortly after President Joe Biden signed the Fiscal Responsibility Act, which permits the government to borrow money until the end of 2024. Projections suggest that the gross national debt could exceed $50 trillion by 2033 under the administration's budget proposal. Critics express concern about this growing debt and urge a return to more responsible fiscal policies. In a column published in The Messenger, the odds of former President Donald Trump going to prison are discussed, focusing on the differences between conviction odds and imprisonment odds. The column points out that Republican president candidate Vivek Ramaswamy has pledged to pardon Trump, an act that could sway Republican voters who viewed Trump's prosecution as politically motivated. According to USA Today/Suffolk University poll, public opinion is almost evenly divided, with 34% in favor of President Joe Biden and 32% favoring Trump. The column suggests that Trump could issue a self-pardon if he were to win the 2024 presidential election, a power provided for in the US Constitution. Despite arguments to the contrary, there are no constitutional restrictions on self-pardoning, though it cannot be used in cases of impeachment. The column concludes by suggesting that President Biden could pledge to commute Trump's sentence if he is convicted, potentially sparing him from prison in the interest of national unity. Brazil's economy grew more than expected in April, with the central bank's economic activity index, which is a proxy for GDP, raising 0.56% from the previous month. This surpasses the 0.15% median forecast from a Bloomberg survey. The economy's uneven growth continues as the central bank holds its interest rate in 13.75% following an aggressive tightening cycle. While retail sales and industrial production performed poorly, services and agriculture boosted overall activity. Despite discussions about potential inflation, market expectations for economic growth this year have increased to possibly 2% or higher. UBS Global Wealth Management chief economist Paul Donovan identified three waves of inflation, with the third ongoing wave being profit-led or excuseflation. This phenomenon sees consumer-facing companies raising prices, blaming factors like inflation when the actual reasons may lie in expanding margins and investor sentiment. While material costs are declining, labor costs and corporate profits are keeping prices high. Experts warn that consumers could react negatively if they perceive the hikes are disingenuous, potentially damaging brands. As such, the era of profit-led inflation may be limited. That's a wrap for today, and I'll catch you next week. Don't forget to follow us on our social media channels to stay updated. Wishing you continued success on your journey.